can't solve your financial problems with the same kind of thinking that caused them. These words will change your reality because poverty can't survive in a dough chaser's mentality.
The Beat Majors.
So to all my dough chasers, it's time to get this party started now.
I like it.
With your host, Jason White.
Yo, what's up, dough chasers? It's a beautiful day. I want to, give a great shout out to everyone who is live with me right now. Let me peep this out really quick. I got Muriel. Muriel, shout out to you. You signed up last night, and I appreciate that. I did see that go through. Shout out to you. Hopefully, I will do my best to address those for you. Let me make sure that I don't have any extra windows open, because the last thing I would want to happen is for this live feed to shut down on me. So give me one quick second. In the meantime, let me know who you are and where you're from. We're going to get started very shortly. We got Muriel, Evelyn. What's up? How you doing, Evelyn? We got Strategic Solutions. Sup? I'm Chubby Doughy Boy. What's up, man? We got Shayla. What's up? How you doing? Muriel, definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me see here. Got to make sure I'm not connected to the internet. We are waiting on AT&T to provide us with faster service. They're also switching over our phone numbers. So if you are a client or you're someone who is interested in learning more about our program, I do apologize for our phone issues. However, we do have a temporary number. If you need that number, let me know, comment, and I will get that out to you as soon as possible. All right, give me one quick second. All right. Disconnect from there. All right. So today, the topic is very interesting. If you depend on one job, you are poor, and what to do about it, okay? This is going to be a very interesting subject. However, I feel like you all will get the understanding that I'm going to try to convey. Strategic Solutions, real name is Christian. I appreciate that. All right. So, Jason, what do you mean by you are poor if you depend on one job? What I mean by that is, God forbid something were to happen and you lose your job, what is your plan? A lot of us are actually dependent on our job so much that we forget about, actually continue to implement other ideas to free ourselves. And if you are stuck on one job, you are truly poor. And, I can relate to that. Me owning this company, even if you own one company, you are poor. I own this one company. I am poor. And the way to, elevate to a higher level, what you have to do is you have to create multiple streams of income. All right. So let me define this poorness, okay? Because you may be working one job. However, you may not meet the criteria. You are dependent on one income. If you're dependent on one income, you're poor. Okay. If you are investing in other asset streams of income, then you're winning. And you're setting yourself up for the future. However, if you're not working on creating those multiple streams of income, you are setting yourself up for failure, and you're currently losing. And what we want to do is we want to create a winning environment. And in order for us to do that, we have to change the way we think about our finances, our income, and our work ethic. Okay. And then we can apply the dough chaser mentality to the way that we live. We can ultimately learn how to win with our finances. Okay. So if you are dependent on one income, one revenue stream, you are poor. How do you all feel about that? Let me know. Christian said, diversify. Definitely. You want to have, different areas of, assets, AKA income, things that produce a revenue for you. Christian, are you a client? You just asked a question that was very interesting. And Privacy Guard updates every 30 days, by the way. Appreciate that, Muriel. We try our best to provide, great customer service. Let me see. Rackstone B, how you doing? But yeah, let me know how do you feel about that comment, that statement that I just made. If you are dependent on one job, you are the poor. A lot of people, there can be a lot of people who are making money. However, um, 80%, more than 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and they have less than $4,000 inside of their savings account. Okay, typically, if you want to set yourself up for freedom, you want to have at least 3 to 6 months of income in your saving account, your emergency fund. God forbid if you did lose that job, you won't be, scraping for funds, or you won't be, out here begging for food. Within a month, you'll have the ability to still survive, look for new income, and coast, right? However, 80%, more than 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And I believe, we all have it wrong. I was watching a video, I think it was on Instagram, and my man was talking about the Asian culture versus American culture. Okay, and Asians, they're not about trying to find something that they're passionate about, something that they love. What they're about is they're trying to find the thing that's going to make them the most money, right? And Americans, the big fad that's going on right now is find your passion, do something that you love. Don't work a 9 to 5 that you hate. And I don't necessarily agree with that, right? Because there are a lot of millionaires who have nasty jobs, and I'm pretty sure none of them love their jobs. However, because they are willing to make that sacrifice and do something that they don't love, however, they're doing something that a lot of people won't do, they're making a great living for themselves and their family. And I'm pretty sure they're happy, right? And I feel like because of the mentality in America, we're forced to feel like we need to find a job that helps us feel like we're living a life of purpose. And in my opinion, if you want to live a life of purpose, you don't have to have the most purposeful job. You don't have to have the job where you're constantly giving back. What you need to do is make as much money as you can and then just give back. Just give back. That is a purposeful life. Make a lot of money, take care of your family, have freedom, and give back to those who are less fortunate. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with living that life? And Asian culture, they will make that sacrifice and find the job that makes them as much money as possible, and then they'll work that job, build wealth, and then acquire the freedom so they don't have to work that job anymore. And I think we have it wrong. Let me know how you feel about that. Christian, I got hurt at work, made me realize how I'm so dependent, so I'm poor. LOL. But starting a new business now and need better credit to make big moves. I can appreciate that. Anything can happen in the world we live in, and as soon as you make the wrong as soon as you make the wrong step, that can end up hurting you financially because you're dependent on that one job. And no pun intended. I know you got hurt on the job, and you probably did make the wrong step. But in reality, if you make the wrong move, especially at work, you can lose your job, right? And you don't have that freedom. And what we need to do is focus on making as much money as possible, building multiple streams of income, building them. Of course, you're not going to get the income right away, but building them. And then once we're at a point where we have a set number, of course, you need to figure out what number it is that you need. We need to work our ass off to, make that a reality. And, Michael said, living paycheck to paycheck. And I feel like because people are dependent on that one job, you know, 80 more than 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Now, of course, it gets deeper than that. But if people were to understand that, your financial situation is totally dependent on how you think about money and how you think about, your work ethic. I feel like more people can get by in the world we live by making that sacrifice to work jobs that they don't like, but in order to bring more income into the household so they can build those multiple streams of income and ultimately create freedom. That's what I feel like, that's the easiest route. But the world we live in, man, hey, they'll guilt you into, feeling bad about not living a purposeful life, quote unquote. when it ultimately comes down to helping people less fortunate, you know? So why not make a lot of money and just give back? How do you all feel about that? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. And in the meantime, what I want to do is I want to talk about some things that is very relatable, that are basically signs that you'll never be rich. All right. One of those signs is you put too much of an emphasis on saving and you really don't focus on focus enough on earning. So we're talking about people are basically trying to save money and save money, save money, save money. However, nobody is focusing on how can I earn more money, right? A lot of people are comfortable with how they're living and they settle. But if you've been following me for a while, dough chasers never settle. We always focus on improving our finances and gaining that financial advantage. And sometimes that means earning more money. And if you are comfortable and you're not seeking more additional income for yourself, my friend, you're setting yourself up for failure and you are more than likely poor. Okay. So that's one way you'll never be rich is because you focus more on saving and not earning. And you can't save your way to being wealthy. You have to, increase your multiple streams of income. You have to increase your assets, right? You have to invest in yourself, right? You have to potentially get another job. You have to find a way to make more money and then invest that into your future. And a lot of people are playing the wrong game, in my opinion. Another reason you'll never be rich is you buy things you can't afford. How many people do we know are actually living in poverty, but they somehow end up with the latest iPhone? I just don't get it. I know several people like this. Several. Living in poverty, complaining about your bills. However, you somehow end up with the latest gadgets. You somehow end up with the iPhone X. I heard there was a new iPhone out already. And, a lot of people have it. And I just don't understand that. They have it. They complain about their jobs. They complain about not having any money. However, they have all the latest gadgets. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. It never makes sense. People will complain about our pricing for our services, our credit repair services, our coaching, whatever the situation may be. They'll say, you know what, Jason, credit repair is $64.99 a month. I'm not paying that. That's stupid expensive. But then the next month, you'll see them either buy some $300 shoes or they'll have the iPhone X, which costs $1,000. How much sense does that make? Don't invest in your future. Don't invest in your ability to make more money to, leverage someone else's money. But buy something that you're not going to get any benefit out of except, looking cute for a couple minutes until the next one comes out. We're losing at this game. We're losing at this game, and we need to learn how to win. And if you want to win at this financial game, you need to focus on creating multiple streams of income, okay? Now, myself, I've been in business over 5 years. The first 5 years, we had two services, but they weren't simultaneously offered, okay? So I only offered one service at a time, right? That means my success is totally dependent on that one service. Even in business, if you have a business, yes, you have a slight advantage. However, if you're only offering one service, one product, my friend, you are poor. You're dependent on that one service or that one product that people are going to obtain, right? And if you want to increase your odds of winning, you have to offer more to the marketplace, right? So me taking this understanding, I'm basically looking at my business. I'm like, okay, I have this service. It's a great service. But what happens if people stop signing up? Dang, life is going to get real hard for me and my family. So this year, my focus was on creating more products and services to offer to our community. Okay, and I wrote a book. I created a few courses that I'm now offering in Transcend Financial Academy. I have Dough Chaser Apparel, and we still have the credit repair service. And of course, I'm going to continue to work on more avenues. However, through the addition of uh, one thing, for example, the Transcend Financial Academy, where we're going to have at least 6 courses, and by the beginning of the year, that's on track to create $250,000 for my business by adding that service alone. That's amazing, right? But I would have never, created that for myself if I didn't have this understanding, if this reality didn't take place in my mentality. I swear I do not try to rhyme on purpose. It just happens. All right. I listen to a lot of rap. I apologize. Butter Pecan. I like that name. She said several. Are you talking about several gadgets or several shoes? Evelyn, ain't that the truth? Marlon Mitchell, how you doing? What's up? So a lot of poor people buy things that that they can't afford. And me being in business and only offering one service, that classified me as poor. Okay, and I decided to make a change. However, that's not where it ends. Right now, what if something happens to my business? I'm shot. So that means I need to create something outside of the business, multiple streams of income outside of the business to basically solidify my future and enhance my security, right? And it's all about enhancing that peace of mind, because if you can't sleep at night because your bills aren't paid, bro, that's stressful. Okay, so now in 2019, of course, I'm going to continue to add more streams of revenue for the business, but I have to think outside of the business now. Okay, because God forbid, what if something happens where my business is shut down? God forbid, what am I going to do? Right now, my staff members, they can go get another job. I'm unemployable. Nobody's going to employ me. Right? I'm uncoachable. Right? I think I have all the answers. I remember when I was working at New York Life, one of the managers basically set me to the side and said, Jason, you are uncoachable. I'm like, you know what? I think I am. I feel you. Because, a lot of the stuff that they wanted me to do didn't make sense to me, right? Anyway, and that's why I'm here. Anyway, let's go with another reason. A lot of people will not be rich or wealthy because they're content with the steady paycheck. When you are content with a certain lifestyle, and you're using your whole paycheck to live that lifestyle, and you're not making an investment in yourself, then you're basically stuck. You're basically dependent on that paycheck, right? A lot of people are like this, right? And they don't do anything to invest in their future, invest in themselves. That's why we see a lot of older people working at, Walmart, or working jobs that they can't stand. There's a lot of old people, excuse me, not old people, but older people who are riding the, what is that? Meals on Wheels. They hate that because they didn't plan properly. And maybe they had a plan, but they didn't execute. And that's what it comes down to. They say knowledge is power, but if you don't apply it, you're not gaining any power, right? So execution, that's the key. Execution is worship. We need to execute. We know what we got to do, but how many of us are doing it, right? And when you are looking at your financial situation, if you're making a decent income, but you're not investing in yourself, my friend, you're playing yourself. Because there's going to be one day when you won't be able to work. What are you going to do? L Boogie said job equals just over broke. I understand that. So what we have to do is we have to invest in ourselves. Here are a couple ways you can invest in yourself. You can level up. You can improve your skills. Okay? You can get a better job, get a pay raise. Okay? You can seek a part-time job, a side hustle, start a business. right? Invest in a 401k, invest in an IRA, buy some real estate, right? There are many ways where you can begin to earn new flows of income. People just aren't taking the time, they're not making the effort to make that a reality. And I don't want you to suffer from your inability to act, okay? So if you're making a decent income, good for you. My friend, regardless of that decent income, you are poor. Why? Because you are dependent on that income. Free yourself. Work on gaining multiple streams of income. All right. And one thing that I'm doing right now, as you can see behind me, I'm working on our Black Letters course, and this is basically, financial coaching. And the four particular areas that people struggle in. They lack cash flow. They don't have a savings. They have large debts or many debt payments, and then they're living paycheck to paycheck. And the goal of that program is to help you, free up your cash flow by, you know, getting money that you're actually giving away. Okay. If you are familiar with your tax allowances at work, a lot of people are giving the government a tax-free loan and then just getting the loan back at the beginning of the year. That's stupid. Stop playing yourself. You can use $250 to $500 a month. Who can use that? I can. Can you? But people don't understand how tax allowances work, and a lot of people are playing themselves. And in this course, I'm teaching people how to flip that around so they can get $250 to $500, back in their pockets. How many of you would like to see that video? I may give that away for free. How many of you would like to, learn how to maximize your tax allowances so you can gain $250 to $500 in your paycheck? Let me know. People are maximizing their bills. They're paying for bills that they should not have. I just really feel like a lot of people are trying to live up to this expectation of the richest person, right? You got to act your wage. And a lot of people are not acting their wage. They're trying to acquire everything to have this expectation or perception of someone that they're not. Okay? That happened to the live. I'm back. So you have to invest in yourself. If you don't have any money to invest in yourself because you are maxing out your bills, all of your money has been spent on bills, you're playing yourself. Act your wage, eliminate some of those bills. Maybe you can't afford to have cable. Maybe you can't afford to have a brand new car. Maybe you have to buy a used one. Right? We just have to appreciate what we have, be grateful for it, and then act accordingly. And a lot of people aren't doing that. All right. Let me see. We already talked about that one. This is so funny, man. This is so funny. So basically, what I'm talking about right now is people not acting their wage. And another point that I wanted to make that I forgot to look at is you're pursuing someone else's dream, not your own. And a lot of times, people are living this expectation of someone else, and they're placing it on their own lives, and they're not living. They're not acting their ways. They're not living the life that they should be living, right? And you just got to be careful, right? But if you're dependent on one job, my friend, you are poor. And what you need to do about it is you need to do four things. You need to free up cash flow. You need to build an emergency fund. You need to minimize or eliminate your debt payments or get rid of them completely. And then lastly, that's going to help you live a more comfortable life, which is going to free up money to basically allow you to invest in creating those multiple streams of income. But it's nearly impossible to create more streams of income if those three things, the cash flow, emergency fund, and what was the third one? And your debt payments, if those three things aren't taken care of, you're not going to live a comfortable life. You're not going to be able to invest in multiple streams of income. So you have to really focus on, solidifying that foundation by attacking those areas. And if you are someone who is, interested in learning how I can help you through Transcend Financial Academy, by the end of the month, that course will be available. If you want to get on our first to know list, let me know, and I will provide you with the link on how you can do so. Matter of fact, I'm going to provide it anyway. You don't have to let me know. I'm going to get that link for you anyway. Give me one quick second. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and like this video. And, if you feel like it's very helpful, feel free to share it with your friends and family. I definitely don't mind. Tomorrow we're going to talk more. And if you're interested in getting that video on how to maximize your tax allowances and gain $250 to $500 in your paycheck per pay period, let me know. Say yes, and I will do my best to make that video available as soon as possible. Where is the first to know? Okay, I found it. Let me get that link. All right, so this link looks weird, but as you can see, get on the first to know list here. All right, Witness Riches is in the link, so it is legit, okay? And it's provided by me. All right. So I want to thank you all for your time. I really appreciate you all being here with me. For those of you who are interested in potentially working with us, we offer two particular services that are available right now. Our credit repair service, the 700 Club Credit Repair, and also Transcend Financial Academy. I will provide both of those links right now. And one thing I almost forgot is behind me, I have the Dough Chaser manifesto. And remember, every Friday, I'm going to do a random drawing and someone is going to win a poster. So if you are interested in potentially winning a poster, you have to get on our list. And here's that link. Hey, y'all, I'm learning some things. Just a couple days ago, I didn't know how to do this. Look at that. Look at that. That's progress. All right. So I want to thank you all for your time. I appreciate you all. Please make sure you subscribe and like this video. And if you want to, you can share it on Facebook. Hey, I'm not mad at that. But yeah, learn more about our program, learn more about what we're offering. Check out those links. If you're watching the replay, these links will also be provided in the comment area and the description of this video. Before I let you go, take a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have increases. Check this out really quick. This client has been with us for just about a month. They signed up in late July, and we're looking at their update. It's now September. We have increases of 48 points with Experian, 58 points with TransUnion, and Equifax 82 points. They started off in the low 600s. So through our efforts, we have helped this client get on the right path to the 700 Club. As you can see, they've only been with us for a short amount of time. If you are interested in repairing your credit and getting on the right path to the 700 Club, we would love to serve you. Click Learn More or swipe up right now to check out our service. And if it's something that you're interested in, we would love to have you as a client. Hey, so yeah, if you're interested in learning more about our credit repair service, you can learn more at www.the700clubcreditrepair.com, or you can click the link that I just provided in the comment area where you can check out our service page. And if it's something that you're interested in, feel free to enroll. Take advantage of our promotion that we're offering. But I want to thank you all for joining me today. I thought that was your score. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Much greater than that, I can assure you. Anyway, okay. I was going to cancel it, but you have a question. I got you. Boop. All right. So this is ghetto, I know, but my camera times out after 30 minutes. So I have to use my thingamajig here. Kayachi, what is your question? Come on, Kayachi. Okay, there we go. My Discover card sent me a credit score from Vantage. What is that? Vantage is an educational score that basically gives you an assumption of where you stand. However, it is not your FICO score. So that means that it's not used in over 90% of lending decisions. Okay. So it's an educational score. It gives you an idea where you are, but it's not actually where you want to be. If you want your true credit score, your true FICO score, you can get your FICO 8 from Credit Check Total, Experian.com. But if you want all of your FICO scores, you can get those at myfico.com. Okay. Vantage score is what is shown on Credit Karma, and I do not recommend that you use that to get an understanding of where your credit score is. You want to get your own credit monitoring service, okay? So, yeah, the FICO is definitely more important. That's going to give you an idea of where your true credit score is. So when you're looking to make a move, you know where you stand at that current point, okay? Good question, though. Thank you all for your time. I'm about to go kiss my babies. I'm out. Peace. 714 is not bad. But be sure. All right, I'm out.